Hi guys, my name's Jake Hallett, guitar teacher from Lunenburg, Massachusetts. I'm the deputy teacher at Rob's Guitar School in Groton and the soon-to-be head teacher at Sessions Guitar School in Fitchburg. Today I'm going to be doing part of a series where I show how to do really popular guitar riffs from different decades. Today we're going to take the 80s. We're going to do 3 of the coolest guitar riffs that I know from the 80s and teach you how to play them. So here goes nothing. So, our first riff we're going to start with today is Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne, because who doesn't love Ozzy Osbourne? There's a few things I need to show you beginners out there just so we can start learning how to approach these guitar riffs. When we look at the guitar, we need to picture it as a grid, or a piece of graph paper. So we have 6 strings going down and 20 some off frets going up. We're only going to be really worrying about the first 4 or 5 frets here for these riffs. So when I say E string, that's my fattest string here. So if I say E string 2nd fret, that means we're going to use our E string and we're going to count up 1, 2 frets. Okay? So just to quickly learn this, which you probably already know if you're a guitar player, but the names of our strings, they start with E. Our next string down is A. Next is D. Next is G. Then we have B. And we end with another E. So right off the bat, it's easy to remember these, that the fattest string and the skinniest string are both E, so it's a good little memory tool right there. All right, so let's get into Crazy Train. We're going to start with our pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the E string, okay? And we're going to hit this note twice. Then we're going to go up to the A string, and we're going to use our ring finger to hit the 4th fret. So that's 2 times on the 2nd fret of the E string, 1 time on the 4th fret of the A string. Now, I'm just going to kind of rifle these off as 2E, 4A, so on and so forth, and I think you'll catch my drift as I go. So we're going to go 2 times on 2E, 4A, 2E, 5A, 2E, 4A, 2E. Okay, so really slow, that looks like this. 2, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 4, 2. One more time, even slower. 2, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 4, 2. And don't forget, whenever you're learning a guitar riff, use your ears. I mean, you can pause the video and see where I say to go to the A string or the E string, but if you really just use your ears, you'll hear which string you're supposed to be on. So just keep that in mind whenever you're learning a new guitar riff. So one more time, super slow. 2, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 4, 2. That's the first half of our riff. Once you have that down, the rest is easy street, okay? So now we're going to go to the second half, and we're going to start with 2 on the A string, open A, which means to hit the A string without fretting anything, 4 on the E, open A, so that was 2, 0, 4, 0. One more time, very slow, 2, 0, 4 on the E, open A, okay? Now, what's cool about this is the second time we do it, it's the exact same thing, except instead of an open A ending, we're going to end with an open E. So it goes 2, 0, 4, open E, okay? So I'm going to play just that whole second part nice and slow for you guys. Okay. Now, we might as well just do that one more time just to really lock it in. A little bit quicker. It's funny, sometimes you get lost in playing guitar riffs when you play them too slow. So the sooner you can get to playing it up to an average speed, the better. So now we're going to try to play the whole guitar riff nice and slow, and I'll break it down to the parts that I've broken it down into. So we're going to start with the 2 on the E string. 2, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 4, 2. Okay? Then 2, 0, 4, 0, 2, 0, 4, 0. All right? One more time at medium speed. One more time. Give it up to speed a couple times. and just for fun, let's see what it sounds like in context. Crazy Train. All right, guys, so our next riff we're going to do is a little Michael Jackson, the late and great. We're going to do the song Beat It. Beat It is an awesome guitar riff. You play it for anybody, and they're going to know what you're playing. So once again, we're going to use our grid graph paper system to do this. This song is a little bit harder than Crazy Train. We're going to be adding a couple more strings and one more fret. So we will be going as high as the 5th fret on this one, and we will also be using the D string as well as the A and the E. So we're going to start with an open E. Then we're going to go to 3 on the E. Then we're going to go to 2 on the A. 5 on the D. 2 on the D. So I like to break this riff into 2 parts, just like Crazy Train. So the first part of our riff is this. So 0, 3, 2, 5, 2. Do that slow a couple times for you guys. 0 E, 3 E, 2 A, 5 D, 2 D. One more time, without me talking. I'll play that medium a couple times for you guys. Okay. The second half of this riff is actually pretty cool because it might be the first time you guys try a slide in a guitar riff, and it just really makes the sound. Without making the slide here, it just doesn't sound like the riff. So we ended the first half of our riff on 2, so we're still here, and we're going to go. So that's kind of hard to explain, but we're going to slide from 2 to 4, 4 to 2, and then hit open D twice. And when you hit that open D twice, you really want to staccato the note, which means to mute it right after you hit it. And I use my right hand for that. It's also could use your left hand. So one more time. 2, 4, 2, 0. And the 2 to the 4 to the 2 is all one big slide. Okay? So I'm just going to do that a couple times for you guys. Okay, now let's put the whole thing together, nice and slow. First half of the riff once again, 0, 3, 2, 5, 2, 4, 2, 0, 0. Now without me talking. Okay, now let's go at a medium pace here. I forgot, I need to add that the second time you play the riff, you don't do a double mute, you just go. So, second time. Okay. Now, I'm going to play it up to speed a couple times, and when I'm playing this on the acoustic guitar, I like to give a little, to kind of set the tempo, and it really brings out the riff. Beat it. Okay guys, so the first couple riffs we did were Crazy Train and Beat It. I'm trying to break these into skill brackets, so the first riff we did today was probably the easiest, being Crazy Train. The second one we did is Beat It, which is a little bit trickier. Now we're going to go into the higher strings, and this is probably the most advanced riff we'll do today. The arrangement I have for you guys is more of an acoustic guitar arrangement, since a lot of acoustic guitars don't have access to the higher frets. So I take the sound that's usually up here, and I bring it down a full octave to down here. Now, octave means, for you guys that don't know, just to play the exact same thing in a lower register. So we're playing all the same notes. So this will still impress your friends and such. Okay, so let's get right into the riff. We're going to start with an open D. Then we're going to play 3 on the B string, 2 on the G string, open G, and I like to break this into 2 sections as well. I always try to break riffs down into pieces if you haven't noticed that so far. So it's open D, 3 on the B, 2 on the G, open G. So that's our first bit of our riff. Okay? Now the second half is what I like to call a pedal tone, or what a musician would call a pedal tone. And what this means is we're going to play the same note. So this 2 on the G string, which is an A note, gets hit multiple times, and it's cool. What happens is the notes around it flavor it differently. And a lot of times you'll hear pedal tones in classical music like this. So it can be a really cool sound, and Slash takes advantage of that here. All right, so just to reiterate here, our first part of the riff was open D, 3 on the B, 2 on the G, open G. Now the second part of our riff is going to be 3 on the E, 2 on the G, 2 on the E, 2 on the G, because we're pedaling that note. Okay? So really slow, that looks like this. Open, 3, 2, 0, 3, 2, 2, 2. One more time, without me talking. Now the cool thing about this riff is it's the same thing every single time. All we're going to do is change the first note we hit at the beginning of each bar. So we're going to start with an open D. We're going to play that 2 times like that. So now the next time we're going to do 2 on the D string, which is an E note, and play that twice in a row. And then the next time we're going to go for an open G and do that twice in a row. Let's do that again without me messing up. And then back to the D. Okay? So I'm going to play this entire riff very slow. This is a much longer riff than the other 2. So I'm going to play it very slow, medium, and then full speed, and we'll call it a day here. So that's the speed you should probably be practicing it as you're learning it from me. Now let's take it up to like a medium tempo. And then full speed. Hey guys, thank you so much for checking in with me and playing some guitar, learning some cool guitar riffs from the 80s. Over the next couple months, we'll do some from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 90s, and today, just like a radio station. For now, I'm just calling this Jake's Untitled Guitar Show Extravaganza Variety Comedy Hour, until we come up with a cooler name, which I don't think I'll be able to do. It's been awesome having you guys. Yeah, good stuff.